Hey guys, it's Gemma, aka Aussie Bookworm, and today I am doing my May wrap-up. I had a pretty poor is not the right word, okay? I had a very limited, no, that's not right either. I didn't read many books in May, how about that? That's just because I was in a bit of a reading slump and a life in general slump. I had a pretty shitty May, and I'm starting to come out of it, but things have just been pretty crappy lately. But yes, the books that I did read, I read 5, they were actually like pretty amazing. So it's probably because I only picked books that I really, really wanted to read for May. So yeah, I'm just gonna start now. The first book I read was Behind Closed Doors by Catherine X and Sue Semtherhurst. And I was sent this by Simon & Schuster for a review, and it was amazing. It is a true story about an Australian woman who was abused physically, mentally and sexually by her father, and she ended up having, I think, 3 of his children. Fathered 4, I think 1 passed away as a baby. And just about her life and how she got out, and like the abuse that not only her father did, but also her mother and people who knew what was going on, in her family, but did nothing about it. And it's just very, very eye-opening. I think I read this in one sitting. I just couldn't put it down, and it's very, very emotional read. So I would definitely recommend picking this up. I think I gave it a 9 out of 10, I'm pretty sure. The second book I read was Anyone But Ivy Pocket, and this is by Caleb Crisp. And just check out that cover. Is that not the cutest thing ever? On the back it's like a letter to the reader, but because it's from Bloomsbury, it's a uncorrected proof copy. And I've looked up the covers on the internet and I couldn't find this cover, and I think this may just be the art cover, which makes me so sad because it is so cute. And it's just really funny because he writes it to reviewers and yeah, other people. And then inside, it's got, I'll see if I can find one, because it's a children's book. See, it says artwork 6 to come. And, everyone else, at first I was a bit like, oh, it doesn't have pictures. But then the teacher in me was like, I could use this as a study at school, and then the kids could make up their own picture, like how they think the picture would have looked. So I know everyone else has been like, you freak, but all you teachers out there are like, hey, I see you. It was so witty. This sat in my toilet for like 2 or 3 months, and I just read a chapter every now and then, and I loved it. I seriously loved it. It's so funny. And I think I gave it, I have a piece of paper here that tells me what I gave everything, 8.5. So, that's pretty good rating. The next thing my dog. Next thing I read was The Jewel by Amy Ewing, and I was sent this by Walker Books to review. And it's pretty much a dystopian world where the royal bloodline can't have children, and so they have to get surrogates, and the main girl, Violet, becomes a surrogate for a really shitty woman. And I just loved the idea of this. One of my friends, she read it and she hated it. She thought it was such a weird concept. But I loved the uniqueness and everything. I read this in, I think, a day. It was just, like, the books that I read in May, I kind of sat down and I read them, and that was that. With the exception of Ivy Pocket and another one, which I'll explain later. So yeah, I really, really liked this, and I think the second book is coming out soon. So I'd definitely be picking it up. I was a little disappointed with the ending, I'm pretty sure. I can't really remember. But I remember being like, oh, the ending wasn't as good as I thought. And I gave it an 8, so that's still pretty good. And then the next thing, which I read kind of maybe over a week or 2, probably like a week. The Lost World by Michael Crichton, however you pronounce his name. And this is the sequel to Jurassic Park. And it was amazing. I loved it so much. I thought it was going to be really different because the last book kind of ends super different, but then it kind of worked out that it was quite similar, and I found that the storyline, kind of the 2 and 3 in the movies, kind of both come from this one, which is really cool. I read this as a buddy read, and yeah, I gave it a 10 out of 10. I loved it, and I really want to own a copy of these books because they're both library books, and yeah. And then the last, come here puppy, he's just sitting there watching me like, what are you doing, woman? The last book and the best book of the month was the Worldwide Book Club's book for May, and if you're wondering what that noise is, if you can even hear that, that's Axel on his runner. Anyway, it was the Worldwide Book Club's May book, and Fangirl by Rate Borough. I've been wanting to read this for so long. My sister gave it to me for Christmas, and I was going to read it with my cousin, but she was reading the Game of Thrones, and you know how big those are, so she's also doing her honours degree. It was, you know, it's kind of, anyway, I ended up finally reading it, and oh my god, I can't believe I'm so mad at myself for putting it off for that long. It is amazing. Like, I just, you know, I found that I was exactly the same as Kath, or Kath was exactly the same as me, apart from the whole twin thing and the mum thing. So much stuff I could relate to her about. Come here puppy. So much stuff I could say. Hello puppy, hello. Ah, you got my hair puppy, you got my hair. Ah, don't lick me, that's gross. That's gross. Just sit there and be my friend. Sit. You want to say hello to everyone? Say hello. Say hello. Good boy. So yeah, amazing. If you're a fangirl and you haven't read this, please read it. Like the anxiety stuff, I found hers kind of, I don't know. Like, I found everything was really amazing in this book, and the things that she went through were so similar to stuff that I've gone through, but I guess I kind of got a little bit annoyed that it wasn't cliche, but everything kind of worked out alright in the end. But then I'm like, it's a book, Gemma, what do you expect? You know, things gotta be happy. You know, people like happy stories. Not me, but people, I hear. No, I really, really love this, and I can't wait to read it again. Oh my god, you should see my dog's face right now. Oh, Bobby. Anyway, I gave this a 10 out of 10. And they are all the books that, hello, that I read in May. So, like on average, it was probably like a 9. You want to say hello? Hey? Hey? Ah, he's just like, let's be real, he's the star of my show. And so that's pretty much... I should be a comedian. What do you reckon, Bob? Should I be a comedian? No. Oh. I'll take that as yes. So, yeah, anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. What do they say at the end of these videos? Don't forget to subscribe and like, and there's something else. Comment! I love comments. I should end this video now, but I'll probably just sit here and play with my dog. Do you just want to play with me, puppy? He's had enough. Anyway, good night. Bye!